Hey everybody, hope we're doing well. Welcome back to a very special episode of CSGO News, and I mean very special because today's the day we actually find out about my big Christmas giveaway. Stay tuned to the end of the video, or throughout the video, I'm actually going to be announcing the Christmas details for all of you guys who are here. Do not worry, if you guys want to know, we will have over 120 winners for my Christmas giveaway, so stay tuned for those details. Also, a big thank you to my sponsor, my last video today for my sponsor, who also supplied skins for my Christmas giveaway. Thank you so much to skins.cash. If you guys have skins to trade away, or you want fast payment for those skins, top link in the description for skins.cash. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring over the Christmas holidays and also give me some skins to give away to all of you guys to add to my Christmas giveaway of $400 plus, and again over 100 winners. It's gonna be really cool to see that. Also, our first store today, guys, speaking of sponsorships, a sponsorship I have not had in a long time for a gambling website, and this is actually Drakemoon. I've talked about this in the past, guys. Our first store today revolves around Drakemoon because many of you guys know the owners of Drakemoon also were the owners of CSGO Strong. Now, CSGO Strong, a couple days ago, I had a couple UK people DM me on Twitter say, Jake, I can no longer access CSGO Strong. I went ahead, look on screen right now, guys. I tried to access it myself, and it seems like the whole CSGO Lounge thing is now applying itself, or the whole gambling laws, to CSGO Strong's website at least, where Americans and people from the UK as well, those are the two largest countries on the hit list, can now no longer use CSGO Strong. Now, I've actually tried to look at this more, because if you guys know more, give me details, but the same owners of CSGO Strong also opened up Drakemoon, but it's kind of weird to see because CSGO Strong cannot be accessed by Americans or British or the English people. But it seems like, Drakemoon can. So I checked out both their websites, as well as Drakemoon's newest website that came out a couple days ago called Drakewing. It's the same types of game modes you guys see on every other website, but of course they're a branded name, they're very popular, and they have kind of a monopoly now. They actually have every single game mode everyone else has, but now of course it's under the Drakemoon name as Drakewing. I've also checked out this website, and it seems I can still access both Drakemoon and Drakewing, but not CSGO Strong. So my big question to all of you guys out there, gamblers, bettors, and especially to Valve, is how come some websites are following the rules, CSGO Strong, or how come you're cracking down on some websites, but it seems like other websites really get away with this whole betting thing, and again, there really are no age restrictions. You check the box, say you're 18, and it lets you in no matter what, lets you sign into Steam. There are still no gambling restrictions, and again, I don't have too much of a big of a problem with this, but I kind of do because, it seems like Drakemoon owners have figured out the system, and, when one website stops working, they make Drakemoon. When Drakemoon's not making enough money, they make Drakewing. So, don't gamble unless you're very good at it. And to really no big surprise, CSGO is now the #1 watched esport of November. Now, again, no big surprise as they are rounded out. The top 3 is followed by Dota 2 as well as League of Legends. Of course, they had their Worlds events back this summer, both League of Legends and Dota 2. So for the month of November, when we have CSGO, we have weekly tournaments, possibly even 2 tournaments every single week. Of course, we're going to be the most viewed one. I think over 15 million minutes watched. Crazy to see, but those are our top 3 esports watched, and CSGO does come in at #1. Now, also moving on to our next story, guys, we have DreamHack Las Vegas qualifiers coming up sometime soon. These run through late December all the way to early January, and very important because it's actually a really big tournament. DreamHack Las Vegas, the first of the DreamHack Tour of that 2017, or one of the earlier events, a $450,000 prize pool. First place does take home $200,000. Now, why I say it's important, we have teams like Michael Lilly's team trying to qualify as well. No updates on them as well. We also have, though, former NRG players and also just former European stand-in players. That's Legia, Tabsons, Gabi, other players making up a team known as Team Him. They will be in the qualifier, guys, trying to qualify for the DreamHack Vegas Tour. Now, actually, who has actually been invited for this tournament, those are on screen right now. Our top 8 teams there have already been invited and solidified their spots, but the qualifiers should be fun to see. We have other teams there who are going to be really fun to watch. We have Hellraisers, we have Rogue Gaming, Cadian's going to be there, some Chinese teams, some Russian teams, Elite Pro Gaming, so going to be really cool to see how these qualifiers do roll out. But yes, Team Him is made up of those former NRG players, obviously kicked out for the North American roster now over there at Team NRG, and some other former, I think Stefan and Nex are also there. So yeah, DreamHack Las Vegas qualifiers, the first of that tour. It can be really cool to see. This tournament does not start till February, but all these teams are going to try and qualify. And very last in today's CSGO news, before I go into the PEA and the TSM, Shahzam and Twistzz and Gares situation, Reginald, all the owners, I'm going to really get talk in depth about that and also tell you guys Christmas giveaway details for all of you guys. First, I want to talk about some Christmas holiday updates for both ESEA and FACEIT. FACEIT just launched their anti-cheat client. Apparently going to be really hard to bypass. Who knows? A few days from now, someone's going to say, I hacked it. I found out the hack, guys. But FACEIT did release that, as well as ESEA a few days previous to them. They had some new rank up systems and a new way to move up to rank S. Some big holiday updates coming to these actual systems. It's really cool to see that. FACEIT, ESEA had big updates, but now, guys, under our big story today, going to be a long one for all of you. A whole summarization of the PEA and the struggle going over there, the scandal of PEA, and all these team owners being so greedy. Here's that. And this last topic is the most important one of the entire video, so if you guys don't want to watch it, time markers are down below. Probably going to last quite a bit. After this clip, though, I will tell you guys details for my Christmas giveaway. I'm going to be giving away over 120 20 items, so I cannot wait to do that. If you guys want to hear about that, that's the next clip. But most importantly, guys, I want to talk about the whole PEA situation, obviously with Sean, Gares, Shahzam, over half the TSM lineup now, with Twistzz also being involved, as well as all the players and all the owners as well. I want to try and, make this as short as possible for all of you guys. If you don't want to spend an hour of time watching Thorn's videos as well as Richard Lewis's videos, I'm going to link those down below if you guys want further detail. I'm going to try and summarize everything that's happened up to this point as of right now. And first off, I do want to say we are talking about the 5 of the 7 teams involved in the PEA. PEA being the North American version of ESEA right now, but only 5 of the 7 teams do seem to be heavily trying to combat this as of right now. We have CLG, TSM, Cloud9, Immortals, and Liquid. Those are the 5 teams. So those 25 players in those 5 teams are signed with Scott Smith in that open letter to try and combat their eligibility to try and, they actually want to play in PEA. We can assume right now they want to be a part of PEA, but they also want to play in ESL Pro League. Now, initially when these players actually joined PEA, the Professional Esports Association, they thought they were going to have a majority, they were going to have a large authority and a majority, you could say majority control on what goes on in the PEA. It was initially because they were going to try and choose rules and how tournaments and leagues are run, and that's what the players thought. They're going to have a majority voice in these big decisions. Now, it seems as of right now, these players were misled and either did not read their contracts, or it was very, very poorly worded within their contracts, somewhere deep within, which none of these players actually saw, and that the fact is PEA is trying to be exclusive and pretty much eliminate the North American segment of ESL Pro League next season and take away all North American teams, not allowed them to play in that ESL Pro League season. Obviously, many of you guys heard about Sean Gares in his tweets and DMs and text messages and everything, Skype logs with the TSM owner, part owner Reginald, and obviously, we had that whole thing explode where Sean Gares, as of right now, we can possibly assume he has been fired from that TSM roster in 2017. He, alongside Shahzam, were picked up for FNS and Semphis probably about a month ago, and we never heard about if they were signed, but they were supposedly going to be signed for 2017. We can assume as of right now, Sean Gares will not be playing in 2017 for TSM. Now, we have had more interesting than this. We've had both Shahzam and Twistzz, arguably these being their 3 best players for the 2017 roster. TSM were going to be Sean Gares, Shahzam, and Twistzz. Twistzz was a 17-year-old, the star breakout player, obviously one of their better fraggers there. They have both, Shahzam and Twistzz, have said, we are playing with Sean. We will not play without him. If he leaves, we leave. If he's out, we're out. And so right now, you have to think, with Reginald first coming out and saying, to Sean directly, you've tarnished our brand, him fighting this and trying to combat this, and, having Sean, probably didn't expect this and confidentiality for Sean to release all this stuff. He has probably tarnished the brand more than this situation ever could, because really, this whole thing spiraled out of control when the players started combating it. Then when Reginald responded, that's when Sean Gares kind of, threw all this stuff out of the community, and now we have so many people teaming up on Reginald, which I do feel bad for. Obviously, every owner makes mistakes, and people are trying to target his weaknesses. I'm not going to get into that, though. As of right now, I wanted to give you guys details. We have 25 players from those 5 teams, Cloud9, TSM, Immortals, Liquid, and CLG. All 25 of those players have signed on with Scott Smith. Again, I'll link his Twitter on screen right now, in the open letter trying to address the PEA to give these players the right to play and actually participate in both PEA as well as ESL Pro League season. That seems, as of right now, the ultimate goal is to not eliminate the North American section of EPL and have these players play in both leagues. Now, although, PEA has its benefits, if these players are going to play for PEA and not EPL, it has its benefits, but none of those benefits are guaranteed. I also do want to touch on the fact that as of right now, only 5 of the 7 teams in PEA have tried to combat this issue, and that being the one issue right now is for the ESL Pro League season. It seems as of right now there are no other issues. The players still want to participate in both those, the ESL Pro League as well as PEA, and they're in their personal North American League. But it's very interesting to see as well. We only have 5 of the 7 teams actually trying to combat this. The 2 teams who are not, energy and complexity. Now, this could be for several reasons. Many of those reasons you guys could probably assume is the fact that energy and complexity, one of 2 things. Either they wouldn't be participating in the next season of ESL Pro League no matter what, and even if they did, it'd be tough to say they'd even have a winning record. And so for them, losing out in ESL Pro League next season is not really a big deal. Maybe it's because their upper level management said, hey guys, don't speak out, don't sign with Scott Smith, but it's probably for the reason that, they really have no better option. PEA is a great option for these players. They'll be making more in PEA than they would if they did participate in ESL Pro League season. Now, the other 5 teams, it's still a great promotion for them and still a great opportunity, and you could possibly say, besides maybe a CLG, those teams have a chance to really compete in the next season of ESL Pro League, as well as it just being a great opportunity for these players to get exposure. Now, beyond these points, guys, I really have not much else to say. I think Scott Smith's doing a great job. He's also taking a lot of flack. We've also had Noah Winston, Immortal CEO, come out and say some things, and it seems as of right now, we have now twisted the whole entire community where whatever someone says, there is nothing perfect about about it. Even when I'm talking about this right now, we have all these CEOs and owners. We've had Noah Winston, we've had Reginald come out, and every time they speak up, these things just get worse and worse. So as of right now, that's the issue. That's the overall summary in about 5 minutes for all of you guys. If you want more, I can look into it more. But again, as of right now, TSM is in shambles. We had an easily top 5 North American TSM roster going into 2017, and now we have 3 of those 5 players that probably arguably their best 3 players not wanting to play without Sgares. It's going to be incredible to see what comes out in the future and what happens to that roster, because, you know, even if they all do come together and somehow PEA negotiates and says, okay, you guys can play in PEA, you guys can also play in ESL Pro League, we'll let you guys have your own exclusivity and you can play whenever you guys want. But even if that does happen, will Gares, Shahzam, Twistzz, all these other players, will they still want to play for their owners like Reginald? Will they still want to play for those teams and, you know, support their ways? Who knows? It seems like the TSM roster, no matter what, is going to lose Gares. Will that consequentially mean they lose Shahzam and Twistzz as well? Who knows what's going to happen. So that's it for PEA. Now moving on to my big Christmas giveaway, something I've been so proud to announce. I didn't even know it because I've had a couple sponsors. Thank you to skins.cash, to Zuri, to, you know, all the several sponsors Gitcoin I had over the past year or so. And I didn't really realize I was packing away skins every now and again. I wasn't cashing out the skin sponsorship. So thank you to you guys who actually supported my sponsors. And then again, thank you to my current sponsor, skins.cash. This is my last official video with them. And they're also going to give us another knife, I think, for a giveaway for my Christmas special. So they're going to supply a knife. The rest of it, though, is out of my own pocket. I had no idea. I checked my OP skins today. I've been storing skins ever since, I believe, early November, and I have almost $400 in skins packed away. I bought a bunch of FAMAS de Jins, Emerald Pinstripes, AK-47 Redlines, case keys, and a couple knives. I think we actually have 4 knife giveaways as well. These will all be given away on my YouTube live streams over the course of the next 48 hours. I'm going to be going back to my apartment. I'm driving all the way back to school over an hour just for this live streams, guys, and I should be live streaming both tomorrow and the day after that, and that'll be our 2 Christmas special giveaway live streams. Going to be so much fun, both of which will be about 8 hours a day, so I cannot wait to do that. Hope you guys all enjoy. Again, over 120 items, $400 of items out of my own pocket, and I cannot wait. Like, it's one of those, I gave my family Christmas presents the other day. It just felt so good to give away stuff, so I can't wait to give away more to everyone who's been watching my live streams. I can't wait to get back to live streaming because I have not live streamed in like a week and I'm dying. So as always, live, love, laugh a lot. Hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of CSGO News. I will see you guys all tomorrow in the live stream, and hopefully in a couple days more CSGO news. As always, remember, my name is Jake. Remember, I like live, love, laugh a lot. Remember, I like you. Goodbye, guys, and Merry Christmas.